In a world where your inbox pings relentlessly, traffic jams test your sanity, and social media scrolls threaten to swallow your soul, the quest for personal greatness and virtue feels like chasing a Wi-Fi signal in a dead zone. Elusive, frustrating, yet somehow essential. You're not alone if you've ever felt crushed under the weight of demanding bosses, shallow friendships, or a life that seems to spiral out of your control, wondering, how do I rise above this chaos? Imagine a Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, juggling an empire while facing the same human struggles, doubt, loss, and the grind of daily decisions, yet still carving out a legacy of unshakable strength and goodness. He didn't have an app for that. He had Stoicism, a philosophy that's less about dusty scrolls and more about real, gritty resilience for today's hustle. This isn't some self-help fluff promising overnight success. It's a toolkit for modern warriors like you, battling deadlines and drama to reclaim your power one small, deliberate step at a time. What if greatness isn't a gift, but a choice you make every morning between hitting snooze or seizing the day? Stick around, because we're diving into how Stoicism can transform your overwhelm into wisdom, your stress into virtue, and your life into something extraordinary, right here, right now. Living with purpose in today's world can feel like trying to meditate in the middle of a rush hour subway. Your phone buzzes with notifications, your boss demands last-minute miracles, and your to-do list grows faster than you can check it off. For the modern soul, drowning in digital noise and juggling rent hikes, family expectations, and the pressure to have it all figured out, purpose often gets buried under survival mode. But Stoicism, that ancient playbook from thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, offers a lifeline. Not some lofty ideal, but a gritty, practical way to carve meaning out of the mess. Start by embracing what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. That coworker who slacks off while you grind? You can't fix them, but you can choose to focus on your own integrity, letting their chaos slide off like rain on a windshield. Stoicism tells us to stop chasing external validation, likes, raises, or applause, and root purpose and virtue instead. Be honest when it's tough, kind when you're drained, and disciplined when Netflix beckons. Picture this. Instead of doom-scrolling X after a brutal day, you take 5 minutes to reflect. Why did that meeting rile you up? What's one thing you can do better tomorrow? This isn't navel-gazing. It's Seneca's call to hold a mirror to your soul, aligning your grind with values that outlast trends. And when life throws curveballs, a layoff, a fight, a missed deadline, Marcus Aurelius whispers, the obstacle is the way. That flat tire isn't just a hassle. It's a chance to practice patience, to turn frustration into resilience. Purpose isn't a grand epiphany dropped by a life coach. It's built brick by brick through small, stoic choices, saying no to distractions, yes to what matters, and facing each glitch with a steady heart. In a world obsessed with speed and status, living with purpose means slowing down to ask, am I acting from my core or just reacting to the noise? You've got the power to decide right now, today. Imagine running an empire while your inbox, well, your ancient parchment pile, overflows with crises, barbarian invasions, a plague ripping through your people, and advisors whispering behind your back. That was Marcus Aurelius's life. A Roman emperor who didn't just sit on a throne radiating power, but wrestled with the same doubts, exhaustion, and messy relationships we face today. For you, juggling Zoom calls, a side hustle, and a group chat that won't quit, Marcus stands as proof that greatness isn't a shiny badge you're born with. It's forged in the unglamorous grind of daily effort, resilience, and self-control. He wasn't scrolling X for likes or chasing a promotion to feel worthy. He was scribbling in his meditations, reminding himself to wake up each morning and choose virtue over chaos. Here's the Stoic gold for us. When your boss snaps or your Wi-Fi dies mid-meeting, channel Marcus, pause, breathe, and ask, what's in my control here? You can't stop the storm, but you can steer your ship, focusing on your response instead of the noise. He teaches us that resilience isn't flexing on Instagram. It's quietly deciding to get up after a late-night fight with your partner. Not to win, but to listen better today. Self-control? That's Marcus saying no to the third glass of wine. Or in our case, the third hour of TikTok, because purpose trumps distraction. His life wasn't perfect. He lost kids, faced betrayals, and ruled through a pandemic. Yet he kept asking, how can I be useful? Steady good? For us, drowning in deadlines or ghosted texts, his advice cuts through. Greatness is earned one choice at a time. Helping a coworker when you're slammed, owning a mistake instead of deflecting, or just sitting with your thoughts instead of your phone. Marcus didn't have an empire handed to him whole. He built his character brick by brick, proving that in modern day's chaos, we can too. Practical Stoic strategies. Life in modern feels like a juggling act. Your phone pings with work emails while you're microwaving dinner, traffic snarls your commute, and your friend's cryptic text leaves you stewing. Into this whirlwind, Stoicism drops a lifeline of actionable habits that don't just sound good, but actually work for us modern mortals. Start with striving for excellence through small daily choices. Forget climbing Mount Everest. It's choosing to mute Netflix and tackle that overdue report, or swapping a snarky comeback for a deep breath when your coworker slacks off again. Seneca would nod approvingly, urging you to see each tiny decision as a brick in your character's foundation. Then there's daily reflection. Imagine winding down not with a doom scroll, but 5 minutes asking, did I live my values today? That spat with your partner over dishes? Reflect on why it stung and how patience could have shifted the vibe. Stoicism's call to align actions with what you stand for, not just react like a ping pong ball. Accepting others as they are is next, your loud neighbor or micromanaging boss. Marcus Aurelius advises letting them be puzzle pieces in life's messy mosaic, freeing you from the energy drain of judgment. No complaints, either stuck in traffic or ghosted by a date. Whining won't rewind time, but redirecting that energy to a podcast or a plan will, turning dead ends into growth spurts. Finally, focus on what truly matters. When your to-do list rivals a novel, ask, does this feed my soul or just my inbox? Stoicism's laser focus cuts through the noise. Say no to trivial scrolling. Yes to a walk with your kid or a skill that lights you up. These aren't grand gestures, but quiet revolutions. Habits that turn chaos into calm, one Stoic step at a time, proving you can thrive, not just survive, in today's madness. Emotional resilience and detachment. Picture this. You're scrolling X when a snarky comment stings, your boss drops a last-minute deadline, and your Wi-Fi crashes just as you hit send. Modern life is a pressure cooker, and your emotions? They're simmering, ready to boil over. Stoicism steps in like a cool-headed friend, teaching you emotional balance by sorting the chaos into two buckets. What you can control, your reactions, and what you can't, external events. That troll online? You can't mute their keyboard, but you can choose to shrug, not seethe. Epictetus would say it's not the insult, but your take on it that matters. This detachment isn't cold indifference. It's a superpower for peace, letting you sidestep the spiral of rage or despair when traffic jams or a friend flakes. How do you build this resilience? Start with gratitude. When your day's a dumpster fire, jot down 3 things that didn't suck. A decent coffee, a podcast that clicked, or just breathing air today. Marcus Aurelius leaned on this, finding strength in the small stuff amid empire-sized woes. Then there's forgiveness. Your roommate forgot rent again? Let go of the grudge, not for them, but to unburden your mind. Stoicism says resentment's a weight you don't need to carry. Setting emotional boundaries is key too. Say your sibling's drama floods your texts. You feel it, sure, but Seneca advises a mental gate. I'll care, but I won't drown. This isn't shutting down. It's steering your ship through the storm, not letting it capsize. For us, swamped by notifications and news cycles, Stoicism's advice is gold. Pause before you snap. Ask, can I change this? If not, detach. It's not about numbing out. It's about standing firm, finding calm amid the clutter, and turning daily grind into quiet strength, one mindful breath at a time. Continuous learning and growth. Ever feel like life's a treadmill, running hard but stuck in place? Between dodging work emails at midnight, decoding your kids' TikTok obsession, and wrestling with a budget that won't stretch, growth can feel like a luxury you can't afford. Yet Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca throw us a curveball. What if every glitch, every missed bus, every awkward Zoom freeze wasn't a roadblock but a classroom? They inspire a lifelong learning mindset, urging us to see today's chaos as tomorrow's wisdom. Picture Marcus, Emperor of Rome, scribbling notes not for glory but to wrestle with his own flaws, proof that even the mighty stay students. For us, swamped by modern day's hustle, this means snagging a podcast on your commute instead of fuming at traffic. Stoicism says turn dead time into growth time. Adaptability is the next gem. Your job's AI overhaul isn't a threat. It's a nudge to master a new skill, pivoting like a stoic sailor in a storm. Seneca would tell you to bend, not break. Life shifts, so should you. Living authentically ties it together. When your boss pushes overtime, but your gut screams family dinner, choose your values, not their playbook. It's not rebellion. It's Epictetus's call to own your choices, not drift with the crowd. Challenges? They're gold mines. That fight with your partner over chores? Don't sulk. Ask what it teaches about patience or listening. Stoicism flips the script. Obstacles aren't fate's jab. They're chances to level up. For modern folks drowning in notifications and FOMO, the advice is clear. Stay curious, not rigid. Grab a book, question your snap judgments, or just sit with a tough day's lessons. Growth isn't a degree or a raise. It's a quiet, daily grind to be truer, wiser, tougher, because in a world that's always changing, the real win is evolving with it. Relationships and self-worth. In a world where your phone lights up with group chats demanding instant replies, your coworker leans on you for every deadline, and dating apps promise love in a swipe. Relationships can feel like a tightrope walk, teetering between connection and burnout. Stoicism strides in with a steady hand, urging you to anchor your self-worth not in others' approval, but in your own spine. Take independence. Imagine your life as a solo playlist, not a duet on repeat. Marcus Aurelius would say you're a star, not a satellite. When your friend bails or your partner's distant, don't cling. Fill your evening with a book or a run instead. It's not aloofness, it's owning your orbit. Setting boundaries is next. Your boss texts at 10 p.m.? Seneca's got your back. Politely say, I'll tackle this tomorrow, guarding your peace like a stoic gatekeeper. It's not about walls. It's about doors that open on your terms. Trust? Don't toss it like confetti. Let it simmer, earn through actions, not promises. That flaky colleague who forgot again. Epictetus advises watching their deeds, not their words, sparing you the sting of blind faith. Self-care ties it all together. When you're juggling Zoom fatigue and a sink full of dishes, carve out 20 minutes for a walk or a journal scribble. Stoicism isn't selfish. It's fuel. Marcus knew a rested mind serves others better. For us, drowning in notifications and ghosted plans, this builds connections that matter. Real, respectful, reciprocal. Ditch the people-pleasing trap. Say no to drama. Yes to those who lift you up. Your worth isn't their like count. It's your quiet strength, honed daily. In today life's relational maze, Stoicism whispers, stand tall, set limits, earn trust, nurture yourself. Because meaningful bonds bloom when you're whole, not when you're scrambling to please. Personal transformation. Imagine staring at a half-empty bottle after another blurry night. Your job's a soul-sucking loop, and shallow friends vanish when the drinks dry up. That's where the author stood, teetering on despair's edge. Alcohol a daily crutch in a world of unrelenting stress. For today's crowd, burned out by endless Zoom calls, ghosted texts, or the grind of paying rent in modern life, this raw tale hits home. Then came Stoicism, stumbled upon in a YouTube haze, a spark that ignited a climb from rock bottom to purpose. It's not a fairy tale fix. It's a gritty reboot powered by self-discipline, gratitude, and present moment awareness. Picture this. Swapping the bottle for a morning ritual. 5 minutes breathing, not brooding, as Marcus Aurelius might, asking, What can I control today? That's Stoic gold. Self-discipline isn't punishing. It's choosing coffee over chaos, a gym session over a binge, steering your ship when waves hit. Gratitude's the next lifeline. When your boss snaps or your Wi-Fi lags, scribble 3 wins. A sunny walk, a kind word, a steady pulse. Seneca would nod. It's not ignoring the mess. It's spotlighting the unglamorous good, rewiring your brain from gloom to grit. And present moment awareness? Forget yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's what-ifs. Epictetus says the power's now. That fight with your roommate? Don't stew. Tackle it today or let it go. For us, swamped by notifications and FOMO, this transformation's a beacon. Stoicism yanked the author from a 2-year spiral to sobriety, not with magic, but with daily choices. The advice? Start small. Ditch one vice. Thank one moment. Focus on one task. It's not instant. 4 months sober took years of stumbles, but it's real. In a world screaming, "Fix me fast," Stoicism whispers, "Master yourself. Savor now. Grow through the grind." Your mess? It's your map to meaning. Life in modern day is a relentless buzz. Your phone's a leash of notifications, your rent's due, and your coworker's passive-aggressive email just landed. Amid this storm, Stoicism's core tenets cut through like a steady lighthouse, guiding you to inner peace and a life that actually means something. First up, split the world into what's controllable and what's not. That traffic jam, snarling your commute? Uncontrollable. Your reaction, cursing or cueing a podcast. That's yours to own. Epictetus would say, focus your energy where it counts, your thoughts, your choices, letting the rest roll off like water on a duck. Next, embrace obstacles as growth opportunities. Your project flops, your date ghosts. Ouch, sure, but Marcus Aurelius calls these the way forward. Instead of sulking, ask, what's this teaching me? Patience, resilience, a better pitch. Stoicism flips the script. That flat tire isn't a curse. It's a chance to flex your cool. Then there's valuing virtue over external rewards. Forget chasing likes, raises, or that viral TikTok moment. Seneca's advice? Root your worth in honesty, kindness, grit, stuff no algorithm can tally. When your boss overlooks you, don't stew, double down on doing your job well for its own sake. For us, drowning in digital applause and daily grind, these principles are oxygen. Start simple. When your Wi-Fi dies mid-Netflix, don't rage, control your huff, find a book, grow from the glitch. That fight with your friend? It's not the end. It's a shot to practice forgiveness over fury. Virtue's your compass. Peace isn't in a promotion, it's in a steady heart. In a world obsessed with more. More followers, more stuff. Stoicism dares you to want less, be more, wrestle what you can, dance with the tough stuff, and build a life that's quietly epic, one principled choice at a time. As we wrap up this deep dive into Stoicism, its timeless wisdom, gritty strategies, and transformative power, I want to take a moment to thank you, truly, for sticking with me through this journey. You've sifted through the noise of modern life, past the pinging notifications, the endless to-do lists, and the daily grind, to explore how Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and their Stoic crew can light a path to personal greatness, resilience, and peace. That's no small feat, and it says something about you. You're here, not just scrolling by, but seeking something real, something lasting. Whether you're wrestling with a tough job, a shaky relationship, or just the weight of another Monday, you've given these ideas a shot. Maybe even jotted down a Stoic habit or two to try tomorrow. That's the spirit of this philosophy. Not just hearing, but doing. So, thank you for your time, your curiosity, and your willingness to wrestle with the big stuff. Because in a world that's all about instant fixes, you've chosen the slow burn of growth. As you step back into your day, carry this with you. Every challenge is a chance. Every choice a brick in your character. Keep striving, keep reflecting, and if this sparked even a flicker of purpose, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment or share your story. For now, take Seneca's nudge. Live it, don't just think it. Thanks for being here. You're already on the path to something extraordinary.